Yeah. Yes. Yep. Okay, guys, almost time. Are we at 9:30? We close, Rick? 9:29. All right, guys, we ready to rock and roll? Can you hear me okay? Good morning. Okay, we're going to jump right in this morning. Just wanted a couple of reminders out there. Please put your pre-listings in on the hub if you have any, okay? So we want to know about those. We can see that business is really picking up. Yesterday was a fantastic, very busy day. So congrats to all who are just rocking and rolling right now. One other announcement I wanted to make, if you are on opportunity time, please remember to check in for opportunity time. If you miss 2 sessions, you're off the list. So you get moved off till the next time around. So make sure that you're checking in with June or Tracy and let them know that you're on opportunity time. And other than that, I'm going to turn this over to Sean, and then we're just going to jump right into our meeting today, okay?
Good morning, everybody. I'm going to be very brief because you got just a ton of great information coming at you today, but I got a piece of exciting information from the insurance world that should benefit all of us. So the 18th of March, the federal government decided that lenders can no longer require full replacement cost value coverage on a roof. So the lenders would say, if you've got a 22-year-old roof and you can't get full replacement costs, we're not giving you the loan. Well, the government said they can't do that. So that's a big plus for all of us in that I can write roofs now up to 25 years old. So I have now, it might not be full replacement cost value, but we can write it and it will go through the mortgage process. I am going to schedule a lunch and learn to go a little bit deeper into the 3 different roof coverages that are available to your customers so that you have that available in your pocket to share with them. But it's super, super positive that they've done this and it released some of our angst over how are we going to insure this house and make sure that it gets to the closing table. So I just want to make sure that I share that really positive piece that will affect all of us, hopefully in a positive way. Look for your emails for a lunch and learn probably next week some point, and I'll be able to get into it a little bit more depth for you. But just wanted to share that right off the bat.
Good morning, everybody. All right. Good to see everybody this morning. Thank you all for being here. Let's see. Oh, there we are. Yeah. So I'm just going to jump in because I've got a presentation to share with you guys, and I want to make sure I leave time for questions. And Alex, do you know how many people are online? Just curious. Okay. Hi. Good morning, 28 of you. I appreciate you all tuning in. I shared with you all several weeks ago some information about a new tech stack coming from home services and some elevated processes and changes and things like that. And last week, we got some information. So I've been on a little bit of a road show with the team in the back, who I'll introduce in a little bit, to bring agents this information across our market. So I'm really excited to share the information with you. You all know who've been in the business. Some of you that are brand new may not yet, but technology has been a sore point in our business for a really long time. I think we've gone through a lot of change in our industry in the last 5 or 6 years, just in the general way we do our business. And some of it has changed with the increased way that we use technology, and it's just clunky. Today you have to go to Dotloop for one thing, and then you might have to go to somewhere else for something else, and then you get your marketing in one place, and then your MLS doesn't talk to the marketing, so that's an added step. And We just know that there's a better way to run our business. And from a company perspective, we firmly believe that there's a more elevated and efficient way that we can serve you as our clients, the agents, to do the business that you do. So I really do believe that technology has gotten in the way of our efficiency. And I'm really excited. You all know I've been a part of a working group at Home Services from about May on to work on this project. And we knew this information was coming. And last week, we finally found the name of what our new platform is going to be. And I'm excited to share with you. It's called Maestro. I see some of you taking some notes. I'll share this PowerPoint with you after the meeting. We'll also have a video that we'll share today. I'll share all of that with you as well. And I want to make sure you know we don't have all the answers yet. We don't even have access to this Maestro system yet, but we have begun doing work in the background to get prepared for it coming. But again, I committed to you all earlier in the year as information was made available, I would bring it to you. And so that's what I want to do today. Maestro is a simple, seamless tech experience. Good morning. Come on in. You're good. Hi, welcome. Come on in. Maestro is intended to be sort of your one-stop shop as an agent for where you go to do everything real estate related. It is composed of these several things. The consumer facing website and lead generation is a little bit of a carve out. However, we currently use a platform or a partner called Reliance. That's who hosts your website. And for lead generation, we've been partners with them for almost 20 years. That is remaining the same with some elevations from their perspective, which is really, really great. But Maestro itself will include your CRM. It'll be your marketing center. It'll have CMA opportunities. Good morning. And it'll also have transaction management like Dotloop does today. It'll exist in this Maestro system. So imagine a place where everything talks together. It'll also have back office accounting and commission processing, which you may go, I don't really care about that. However, the elevated services that this app and this product Maestro is going to have for you will be really great. Today, if you want your commission information, you have to go and physically ask someone for it. In the future state with Maestro, you'll have it at your availability real time all the time. Do I have any Buffini users of the Buffini CRM? So how Buffini has its transaction manager and you can put goal setting in and see all of your transaction, this has that. And even in an elevated way. I've compared the two. This is exceptional. So I'm really excited because I know a lot of people have continued to use Buffini for years because we don't have an offering that's similar. And I hope this becomes a savings for you because I know that costs money. So the accounting part at the end of the day might not be really, really exciting, but it is a great way to manage your information. And again, having this Maestro product be one-stop shop, one place that you can go for everything, I think will be really, really great. Keep going. So a unified system is something that we know agents across the company desire. Simpler, streamlined workflows. Again, it's challenging to have to go to one place for one thing, one place for another, one place for another, to have some things that have mobile capability, others that don't. And so having everything in this one space, I think is going to be really beneficial with how you do your business and how you partner with employees as well to communicate information back and forth. Again, it's intended to give you more time. AI, we've talked a little bit about AI over the last year, and it's here. It's here to stay. It's not going to go away. This product, Maestro, has 2 different AI components tied to it that will be available for your use. Do I have any Chat GPT users or people that use any others? Yeah, so a handful of you. This will have the ability to do similar things, but will have a tie to your actual transaction, your specific marketing, branding, all those things, all in one place, which ChatGPT or any of the others you might be using doesn't, which is great. Ultimately, the goal is for it to be a more efficient way for you to run your business. I think I kind of said this before. I think there's a little bit of friction between how we work from a company perspective with you, the agent, and ultimately how you work with your client and how you work with your admin and marketing teams. And again, this is meant to serve you at a higher level to allow you more time to work with your clients, because that's where your highest return on investment is. You shouldn't be bogged down creating marketing work or dealing with paperwork, or, we have to deal with these things as business owners. But if we can streamline it all into one place and create more efficient ways for communication back and forth, or simpler workflows that when you do A, it just automatically goes to B, this should give you more time back in your business. That's what we're looking to do. So I've got a video that I'm going to share with you. It's a couple minutes long, and it's going to move fast. So I will send this out afterwards so you can review it again later. But this is going to give you a great overview of all the moving parts that Maestro will have to offer and how it'll work in your business. You can go ahead.
The industry gets a moment of its way to the better. Today, it has me. I'm your subhuman real estate concierge. See, I'm always here to know most fires start online. Every step, matching lifestyle to neighborhoods, schools, and budget in seconds. I sift through thousands of listings to surface a short list that truly fits. and brokerages. Always our message. And in real estate, speed matters. Responding quickly can be the difference between connecting and missing out. I reply instantly, politely, precisely. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is the moment the industry moves forward. Search to signing, the future of real estate begins here. I'm May, and I'm here to guide you.
I hope so. So that's a quick, fast moving introduction to Maestro, Lucy, and May. As I mentioned before, for agents, the goal is to help you work smarter, not harder. Whatever phase of your real estate career you're in, this is intended to either help you build your business, give you more time, make better plans, whatever it is that you need. The systems that are included in Maestro are going to enable you to do that. From a brokerage perspective, it gives us an opportunity to elevate the way we serve you, ultimately to give you more time. Again, your highest and best use of time, the biggest return on your investment is time spent with clients face-to-face, one-on-one. And so this is intended to give you that time back by giving us as a brokerage efficient ways to work with you that doesn't take more time to do the things that we do. And from a home services company perspective, it's an investment in us as a company. There's a lot of competition in the marketplace on a national level that we might not feel locally in every one of our markets. But the reality is these types of moving parts and innovations are things that agents want. And so we're really, really excited. I'm really pleased to be able to bring this to you. I'm not going to read all of this to you. I want to talk a little bit about the distinction between Lucy and May. So you saw the introduction of Lucy in the system. I encourage you to think of Lucy as your virtual assistant, kind of like your Chat GPT. Lucy lives in Maestro. You won't see her like May, but she's the voice of the system that you can communicate with to do things like you have a new listing, you want to pull together a social media campaign, Lucy can get that started. You want to have your listing presentation tweaked, Lucy can help you with that. You want to find a transaction or find home anniversaries or birthdays or information within your CRM, Lucy can help you with that. So she's your virtual assistant within the Maestro platform. May, on the other hand, is who you saw. She's the person, human synth, that will live on our websites. So she'll live on rectorhayden.com as a general point of contact for consumers who visit our website, which again, the goal is to create lead opportunities back for you all. Her job is to connect consumers to you, the agent, and she's available and does that 24/7. She'll also live on your personal websites and be the point of contact that consumers experience when they visit your personal website, or if you share that with them, that's what she'll do. At the end of the day, they do different things, but are here both to serve us through the platforms that we have. They're kind of like cousins in my mind. They work together, but they're not actually, blood relatives, I guess, not sisters. But they're very exciting tools that I think we have available to us, which are really exciting. Does anybody have any questions so far? I'm going to talk about training and onboarding and how timeline and how this stuff is coming, but anything we've covered so far or anything you've seen that you have questions about before I move on? Did you have a question, Tracy? So Dotloop exists, but we will use Maestro for our transactions going forward. We will use, you won't access it. You won't begin a transaction in Dotloop once this goes live. You'll start it here. It will connect with Dotloop in some capacity. The forms will all be in this. Your transaction availability will be very Dotloop-like, but you won't go into Dotloop. You'll go into Maestro to access everything for that. Yeah. So it's very Dotloop-like, but it will not be starting in Dotloop. It'll be correct. That's correct. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good question. Uh-huh. Yeah. No, this is our platform. So it will have the ability for you to send the information. We don't know the inner workings yet of it, but it will have the ability to communicate either to Dotloop or to the agent in some capacity. So it shouldn't disrupt your communication with them. It'll just be a different entry point for you to get to the .loop forms and things like that. But we don't know. They're still working on that integration between the two. Yeah. Yeah. That's one of the things that there's a lot of companies that use .loop like you all. And so we don't want to have something that's disruptive of how you communicate in your
Everybody
community.
with restaurant says.
What's that?
Everybody in our market. With restaurant says.
Right, no, I understand. And you're not the only one. So again, they're working on how that is gonna be integrated and work out. So I would encourage you not to get concerned or worry about it today. There's a lot of people working on the back end of this. But I do want to be transparent. It will be a different point of entry. It'll be into Maestro for you instead of .loop to at least start it. Yeah.
What's the target date?
So I'll talk about training in a minute. It won't be until probably July, maybe the end of June. So we've still got a few months before anything gets going. Yeah.
Will you have access to both contracts, the legacy and the new contract?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know Mary and Heather have worked really hard with everybody to move us to a space where we use one. I know Bluegrass doesn't support the legacy contract anymore from my understanding. So that's something that they're looking at and talking about, and we're talking about as a group. I know several of you still use it. But if I'm really transparent from a legal perspective, having more than one, it's a liability issue. So we're definitely looking at the possibility of just going to one. Yeah. Everything as it's coming though, the information that I have with you today, I know I don't have all the answers for, but again, I want you to have information. I want you to begin to wrap your head around things are coming and going to change. And I want you to be excited about it and open and curious. So asking questions is definitely helpful.
So as far as the signing portion of it, maybe this is what they were asking as well. If you started in Maestro, but the communication of the signing, is that gonna go through .loop or is that gonna go through Maestro?
I'm not exactly sure.
You don't know that part.
Maestro has a signing feature. So our other companies use SkySlope as their document management system and signing. DigiSign is the feature, and this is backed by that. So I know it will have that as the signing feature. But again, I don't know how it plugs into .loop specifically to answer your question, so you haven't shared with others. But it does have an e-signing feature, yes.
What was the benefit in making that change from .loop? I'm just curious, because there's gotta be some benefits and some positive things that are gonna come out of this. What do you think those might be?
Yeah, I think it's, let me back up. It's that it's all in one place. So again, today, where you do your marketing, where your accounting functions live, the capabilities are very limited. The ability to talk with your administrative staff, your marketing staff, having everything in one place. I understand. I don't know the inner workings as an expert of .loop, but I understand the basic features of .loop and how it works. This has that, and so while it might again be a different entry point, the fact that you'll have documents available as you do in .loop. You'll have, column files, but having everything together in one place as you have it in .loop will still exist. Having the e-signature will still exist. The difference is when you have it here, your CRM is attached to it, or if you have a new lead that comes in, it's attached to it. .loop is definitely different than the SkySlope experience at most other companies. I get that. But I do think the benefits of what this is going to have to offer from a whole capability versus .loop's only transactional, it'll be a benefit. It really will, I think. Yeah.
Will this replace Rev?
Yes. And the product that supports the CRM in this is far superior to Rev. And I understand a lot of hours went into learning Rev and spending time getting Rev, up and going. We'll have the ability to make that transfer for you, so you won't have to do any manual entry to get it from one place to another. But again, having it live in this place, so when you have a client in your CRM and you start a transaction, again, having the benefit of it all being in one place will be great. Or having marketing campaigns be available to you in a way elevated way, far superior to Rev, will exist in this, and that's really nice. Yeah, good question. Any other questions before I jump into a little more just about training and onboarding?
Do you find it a little more, I don't know how familiar you are with Rev, do you find it a little more user-friendly than Rev?
1000%.
Because a person that's not Rev all day.
It's awful. It's awful. Yeah, Rev has been the biggest disappointment to me from a product perspective ever. And the difference between what this has to offer and what Rev did when we created the opportunity with Bold Trail, that's the company. It was, you buy this product, here it is in a box, go use it. This is so different because it's a different platform. One, it's not Rev. It talks to 4, 5, if you count Reliance, different systems all together as one. Again, from a transaction to a CRM to an accounting process portion to your marketing, all in one place. Rev didn't have the capability to plug into anything else. It's just far superior. The other thing that I think is hard to imagine is how intuitive this system is. You all are very familiar with Dotloop. You have a high comfort level. I totally get it. But the clunkiness of Rev will not exist. It will be so intuitive when you start a transaction, how it moves you through the system. It's not going to be hard to figure out. Rev was hard to figure out, I think, personally. And I know our teams think it too. Caitlin, you have something to add?
Yes, Tracy, I'll just echo, when we saw our beta demo of this platform, there was an audible sigh of relief with the marketing department, because it is simplified. While the capability of it is extraordinarily, bigger, it's in such a digestible way that it just makes sense for when you see it. Yes.
Which is a relief. I agree. Again, I understand change is challenging, and I get it. I totally get it. The CRM piece, the back end of this, was what my group has participated in since May. So if there's a demo for one out there, I've seen it, we've reviewed it, we've researched it. This was the one. Like, it's really incredible. Yeah.
Are there tutorials within the system itself?
Yes. Yeah. So let me jump into that. Oh, yes, go ahead. No. So May will live on your website. That's an enhancement to your website, but it won't change your website unless you can still customize it or have it however you have it today. Yeah. Which is nice because we're already on Reliance. Some companies are having to move their agent websites and company websites to this platform, and we've been on it. Our 3 companies have been on it forever, so that's really nice for us. So I'm going to jump into what's next. I want to introduce you to some people that are in the room with me, because this isn't a project that Stacy's doing alone by any means. There's a big group behind helping in every way. Some of you might have met Lisa Eastep before. She's in the back corner there if you want to give a wave. Lisa has moved into our implementation lead point person. So we thank her a lot. She's in every meeting and every information session. She's in all the gathering sessions so far. This group has been working for a couple months now in the back end, preparing for the timeline for the changes to happen, meaning we're giving them marketing information, we're giving them accounting commission information, we're investigating Dotloop to better understand it. That piece we don't have 100% figured out yet. So Lisa has been working with our MLSs with all the things to get integrated together because it's so comprehensive, and she keeps our group together. So she's a great point person to have. Thank you for being here. You all recognize Caitlin. She's our marketing director. You might not have met Joe Carr. He's the marketing director at Huff, and together the two of them are our marketing leads for the project because there's so much marketing capability and there's great teams in our market supporting all of our agents. And so they're working together to make sure everything on the back end from a marketing perspective is prepared and ready to go when we go live with this. Now, you might have met Katie at our open house not too long ago. Katie's going to be our training lead for the companies. She won't be doing all of the training per se herself, but there is going to be an exorbitant amount of training for these things coming. And Katie's going to keep us on track and make sure that everybody gets what they need in the style they need it. And she's doing a great job of helping build that out. Has anybody watched any of the Jimmy Burgess videos or seen him live in his sessions or anything like that? So Katie's working with Jimmy. Jimmy is the national trainer for this project. He has hired someone to work with him. Her name's Jennifer, and he's hiring a couple other peoples. Again, they're looking at how to bring us this and help us get implemented into the Maestro system. So we're really grateful for Katie's help with that. You may not have met Karen Ritter or Ann Higgins, but they're our finance leads. And quite frankly, they're the most important on the screen because they make sure we get paid. So we thank them for all the things they're doing in the background, and they're just important pieces of the puzzle. I wanted you to meet everybody today because You'll hear things from them for the next year, two, on an ongoing basis about Maestro, because again, it's going to touch every facet of our business, and it's a lot of moving parts. And so wanted you to be introduced to the team and just have a familiarity with the names and faces of the team that's behind bringing it to you. So thank you guys for being here today. They'll stick around after if you have questions too. So I'm going to talk just a little bit about onboarding and support and ongoing, what it looks like. Again, I was transparent in the beginning. We don't have all the answers. This is the information I have today. We're committed to continuing to build it out and share things with you as we have available information. But we will not hit go on this until we are ready. And when I say we're ready, first step is for the platform to be completely built out and everything in the back end to be done to the best of its ability. Loop still has pieces to be figured out, so we're not ready to go. We get that. But there will be ongoing support both for our employees first. We can't bring this to you and expect you all to understand it until we understand it. And so first line of defense will be for all the employees to get fully trained on every facet of Maestro to be available as resources to you as you begin learning how to use it. So we've got that step first to come for our group. There will be virtual trainings, there will be in-person trainings, small groups, one-on-one training. And at the end of the day, when it's time for you to have that transaction in the system, someone will be there available to you to make sure you have help along the way to get it going and have your questions answered. So that's the best commitment I can make to you, is that you have the support on an ongoing basis to get implemented and onboarded into it. And we know we've got a lot of work to do first before that happens. I think somebody asked about the timeline. I said June, July. It may be later. I don't quite know yet, but I do know we're slated for the first wave of the companies to be onboarded in this. However, caveat, with your Loop piece, that might push it off a little bit. So that's the one piece I'm unsure of. For Simmons and Huff, they're in Skyslope. Skyslope backs this up. And they don't use Loop. So there is a possibility that they might go a step ahead of you all, but that's TBD at this point. So does anybody learn from YouTube videos, or my kids do? Anybody else have that somebody asked about online learning? There'll be tutorials, there'll be a library of videos on an ongoing basis you can refer back to, but we will have in-person training too. I think that we'll probably have people from outside our market come in to help train too, again, to make themselves available to get you guys up and going when the time's right. This is just a list of some of the different things that you can expect training on. These are the different facets of Maestro that you kind of saw a quick glance of. And so it's a lot. We recognize it's a lot. And we want to make sure, again, that you're prepared and feel good about it when the time comes to move into it. So training will be available in live and on demand, and it will be ongoing as well. So we've got a lot being built out in the back end to create support for you guys for when the time comes. This is what I want to share with you. I'll follow up again with the email later today with all the slides and this information, but there's a little microsite out there that has some FAQs on it, that has the video we watched if you want to watch it again. It has a video from Jimmy Burgess if you want to watch it, and I'll send this out. It also has, if you're excited about this and want to stay in the loop and want to know firsthand when new things are coming out with it, you can sign up for an email alert that they'll send information out. We've all signed up for it too. We're getting things on the back end, of course, but that's what the company has, that's their way of sharing with you all. If you all are interested to do that, you'll be able to have that access there. So really, I understand it's a big change. I really do. And I know here at Rector Hayden, we've had a lot of big changes over the last year or so. But I am really happy and pleased with the way everything has worked, the way everything has come about. I think ultimately we as a company owe you the highest level of support that's possible in the marketplace, and having Maestro will enable us to do that. The commitment that we make to you is that we're going to hold your hand and make sure that the systems work before we go live, and make sure we have all the questions answered of how it works with the community and other companies. And I just really think it's going to be such a product that we haven't had before, that has such an ease of use to it, that it's just kind of hard to imagine something working without being clunky. But this is going to be it. It really is intuitive. Everything talking together will be of benefit to us. and to our clients ultimately. So I think that May is an exciting feature to go on our websites. I think consumers are, we have a really cool opportunity with that announcement that we'll be the first in our marketplace to have that on our websites. No other real estate companies nationally have a human synth on their website. So I think it'll drive traffic and referral opportunities, lead opportunities to our website, which is a great thing. We always want higher SEO and more opportunities coming straight to you. So between it being on rectorhayden.com, I almost said realtor.com, rectorhayden.com and your websites, we hope that that creates an exciting opportunity for your consumers too to find you. So plus she's very cool. I know it's weird, but it is very cool. So does anybody have questions? Anything else bubbling up that you're thinking about or Tony?
Will there be like a local expert or like go-to person?
Your entire staff will be your local experts.
Okay.
Yes.
And so one person.
Yep. Well, from a team perspective, we've got Lisa with bringing the team on for everything. But no, this is something, again, because every piece of our business touches it. Every one of our employees will be fully trained across all facets of it to be able, if they can't answer your question, to direct you to who can or what resources available for it. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is this something that's being pushed through not just, I mean, all the home services brands?
Yes.
So this is
Enterprise wide.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So do we have a sense of in the Bluegrass Realtors space how many agents? Because I'm just going to be very frank, in damage control around Dotwood.
Mm-hmm.
But I also come from a product management background where integrating these sorts of pieces of technology is a behemoth. I'm also going to be quite frank, this is going to impact us more than it does Huff and Summit because Dotloop drives much of the cooperation with all the other agents. So if we have a better idea of how many Bluegrass Realtor members are going to be moving into Maestro.
Nobody. This is Maestro is a home services product.
Right, but the Demovalent is home services, right?
No.
I mean the Ally.
This is only ours. Yeah, we're wholly owned. Those are franchisees. And so today, this is only for wholly owned companies. This is just ours.
Because I have no understanding about how that works. So so anybody outside of Rector Hayden and Bluegrass Realtors is a franchise of homes.
If they have are you saying that's a company that has a BHHS, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services attached to it?
Yes.
Yes. So there are cousins. They pay to use the franchise name BHHS. We are wholly owned by Home Services of America.
So this platform will not be in their space.
Not today. Mm-mm. And I don't know if it will be in the future. I don't know. Yeah.
This is just our system, unlike any other broker has their system.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And again, I understand the trepidation behind me not having the answers to the Dotloop portion of the program. I get it. This is why we're not going today. This is why we're not going next month. We're not going to go at all until we have all the answers and have a full, clear understanding of what it means for you to start a transaction in Maestro and communicate it either via Dotloop or some other means, I don't know, to other clients. I fully understand that it is integrated through your Bluegrass Realtors, that it wasn't a company choice to use it. And you're not the only one. Kansas City and St. Louis have they have the exact same presence you do, where it's an MLS provided tool that the entire population uses. In other markets, like Simon's market, we don't have that, but some companies choose to use Dotloop, but they still communicate with everybody even though they use Dotloop. So it's possible, is my point. I just don't know the exact answers or inner workings, and they're still looking at how it integrates possibly into this. So it may not be as big a change as we think it is. I don't know. But again, I committed to you all earlier in the year to share the information as I had it, so you can start wrapping your head around just the fact that it is going to be a change of some capacity.
I think the historical file usage of Dotloop for us is incredibly important as well.
Absolutely
so for example,
understand.
So for being able to go into Dotloop historically and see every single transaction I've ever sold and access, because our MLS wiped seller disclosures, they wiped an entire document library that existed, which for my clients and my previous transactions still exist to me because of Dotloop. So I'd love to see a repository saved that is accessible from those historic files,
So
right?
it's my understanding, I mean, Dotloop's not going away because we're doing this. So that repository of information should still exist when we begin using this. And again, my hope is they talk to each other in some capacity. I just don't know what it is. Yeah.
So you can still maintain your .loop login.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, it's
But
provided through the
for-
board. Yeah.
I guess.
Has this been rolled out to each sister?
No, we'll be in the first group of about 6 to move this
Okay,
forward.
so it will be rolled out to some of our brands before it's across the board nationwide.
Yes, because it's
For
such a
debugging purposes, if nothing else.
yes, because it's such a big project and product, they can't roll it out to the 45 at once. So they have a stage for about the next 15, 18 months, I think, of rolling everybody out across the country into this. Yeah. Yeah. Good question.
like November, December would probably be a better time frame for a huge conversion, especially going away from .loop, I think, for our agents.
Yeah.
July, August would be tough.
I don't know we're going away from .loop completely. Again, I just encourage you, again, I want you to understand that a change is coming. I don't know what the capacity of it is. It might not be as big a change as in the fear or in the lack of information, fear. I get it. I just really encourage you not to worry about it yet. I assure you, we will fully understand what the capabilities and process is to make the change before it goes live. I'm not going to push go on something until we're ready to go. I do not want to intentionally do anything to disrupt you or your business. That would not be smart. I totally get that. And so we will not do that until we're ready. And we don't have all the answers today. So I can't speak more specific to it. Yeah.
So even if we have a new system, the .loop still is available for us to use if we want to.
I don't know. I mean, yes, .loop still exists,
Yeah, like-
but in order for, let me back up. Today, you start a transaction in .loop. You do all your forms, your signatures, your paperwork, your communication with the agent, and at the end of it, then something happens and it gets to your admin, and the admin has to do something and then take it to accounting. Having it in this system allows that workflow to automatically happen, taking steps out. And so it has to come into this Maestro at some point. I'm not unrealistic to think that we have clients who you still need paper, I'm sure at some point. You work with a client that doesn't have an e-signature option, right? So this will have the ability to upload those paper documents into it or something of that capacity. So again, I just don't know the inner working piece of .loop. Yeah. The .loop will still exist. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Thank you. It's trust us, thank you.
Well, and again, you all are the last of a road show that we've been on. You're the 5th office that I've had this presentation in. I completely understand the .loop question. I really do. I really do get it. All I can say to you is that I commit to fully understanding how it integrates or works with Maestro before we pull the plug, switch a light, whatever it is, to make this happen. So I hope that you trust in me and the team to know that the deposits we've made, the changes we've made in the last year, they've all worked out. I'm not saying I get it right every time, but by golly, I'm going to die trying. So again, I just hope that you will accept the information today as a heads up that things are happening, things are changing, your staff is still here to support you. We don't want to disrupt your business. We want to elevate the way in which you work. And again, we want to meet you where you are. So I think I know, and you know, love and trust me well enough to know that I don't say things that I don't mean. And I genuinely mean that. We've got you. It is going to be okay. We will get it figured out and have a full plan before we hit go. This will not get sprung on you at a time before you're prepared or we're prepared to make changes. So this is going to be good. This is going to be good for your business. This is going to be good for your staff who supports you. It will allow them to do other things that will enhance your business. Or for us as a company to bring you additional services that might be of benefit that we couldn't do before because we were taking it from this and walking it over to do this, and then we had to plug it into that and call that streamline and workflows makes for a more efficient business and a higher level of support that we can offer you. That's my goal as a leader of a company. I show up every day, and so do your staff, to serve you at the highest level possible. This is going to allow us to do that. I just am very confident that it will. So thanks. Are there any questions online, Alex?
Linda Lindsay had one, she just had the same as what Lucy was saying, not sure that our peak season was enough.
Yeah, I get that. I really do. I think our November, Decembers have been busy the last handful of years too. I think it's excuse the phrase, but a crapshoot to the best time of the year. I think it'll be more about our preparedness to help you and to help manage a change. So I get it. I just don't think there's any perfect time to do it. So I appreciate that we have the opportunity to go first, because we've actually been able to be involved in the setup a lot of this and offer feedback or point things out that maybe one of the partners hasn't thought of. And so I feel like we're working very closely with them to get this as orchestrated and streamlined and efficient as we can for you. And going first, to your point, will allow us the opportunity to keep tweaking it as we go. The difference between this and Rev came in a box. It was it, you got it, that was it. Don't ask them for changes or innovations. This is very different. This is ours. This is special to home services, that the partnerships that we have with them, if we don't have it exactly right in the beginning with our feedback, we'll have opportunities to make change even once we're using the system. So we're doing as much as we can in the back end to get it all ready, but there will be opportunity for, tweaking it or making changes as more companies roll on too. So any other questions?
So this is unique to home services? I mean,
That's right.
So there's no other.
Nope, we're the only ones that have this. Mm-hmm. Yes. And there are other companies from a national perspective, just to give you a comparison. Compass has a very, very hefty tech stack where something very similar to this is available to their agents. Keller Williams has something a lot of the franchises have things like this available to them. And again, in our marketplace, it's what is being asked of brokerages, having efficiency in one place and all these things, having it mobile friendly. It's what consumers are asking for. They don't want to have to sign it here and then log in there and turn something in there and then call somebody here. So again, this is to meet consumer demand, agent business and growth demand as well. And it helps us as brokerages to have everything in one place too. Yeah. All right, well, I'll stick around if you have any questions. The team is here if you have any questions too. I appreciate you all being here. Heather or Mary, do you all have any other company, anything or anything else? Gabrielle?
There's one slot open for the photo shoot day on the 31st at 1:45 p.m. If you want it, find the link to sign up.
Awesome. I know you shared that, I think, on the One Saints News the other day. Yeah, good. For those of you online, there's one spot for the photo shoot day available if you want it. Caitlin?
I just want to emphasize, today, it's just business as usual. I know this is purely informational. There's work happening on the back end. But if you're wondering what today as an agent you should be doing to prepare, nothing.
Yes. Thank you for saying that. Yeah, business as usual. All right. Well, you're getting 15 minutes back in your day. Let us know how we can help you. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being online, guys. We appreciate you. Thanks.
Okay.